Hello everyone!
Hey everyone, how's it going?
Hi Texan! We're just into the year 2023. Do you know what people generally like to talk about at the beginning of the year?
What is it? Is it cash total this year or not?
Well, one of the things that people want to know is what 2023 has in store for them.
Yeah, they want to know their luck or not this year or whether their investments make big money or not, whether they get their BTO or not.
Yes, good fortunes. Many people will consult fortune tellers on what they should do or not do this year, and such consultation is generally not free.
Yeah, take money and still don't know soon or not leh.
Well, there are free of charge fortune tellers as well.
Really? Where to find?
There are prophets around the world who have made predictions in the past and also into 2023. Famous ones are Abigail Anand, the kid astrologer from India who predicted COVID in 2020, Craig Hamilton Parker, the British psychic who predicted Brexit and the election of Donald Trump, and Judy Heavenly, a psychic from Los Angeles who correctly predicted Putin's invasion of Ukraine.
Wow, so smart. Have they correctly predicted lottery results or not?
I don't know. I have not seen any one of them release lottery results ahead of time. But don't you want to know what they have to say about 2023?
Yes, tell me.
Let's start with the boy Anand. He predicted in 2022 high inflation and economic downturn in April 2022. This turned out to be correct. Years of money pumping by central banks and low interest rates pushed up inflation. He also predicted that this will last until April 2023 before we can see some economic recovery.
Yes, now everything is also expensive here. Chicken rice at hawker center $6, fishball noodles $5, GST also increasing by 1%. So must wait until April then prices will go down.
Whether prices will go down or not, I'm not sure. But what he said about the energy crisis due to Russian gas pipelines being cut, food crisis due to Ukraine at war, environmental changes. We see blizzards in the US now and warm weather in Europe in winter. And population crisis, not enough babies. It is happening in South Korea and Japan. Their population will shrink over time. These are all true or are happening now.
Now it seems quite obviously all these things you said.
No. These all came from the kid astrologer Anand. He is the youngest child who completed a postgraduate diploma in Ayurvedic microbiology before he was 14 years old. Now let's talk about Craig Hamilton Parker. This guy predicted the death of Queen Elizabeth.
Really? I also can predict one. The queen is so old already. Anytime can go. So not surprising lah.
Well, let's not put the artillery behind the horses, okay? You know my hope up. Okay, about Craig Parker. He actually predicted that Russia will invade Ukraine and the Ukrainians will fight like demons and that the war will end 12 to 18 months after the invasion.
So that means anytime from February 2023 to August 2023, right? Oh wow, finally, those Ukrainians are so tough.
About Queen Elizabeth, Parker says that Prince Charles won't be the king for too long, and then Prince William will take over, and then that will be the end of the British monarchy.
So King Charles will die soon
On China, Parker says, he saw major protests and rebellions happening. Well, that's true. The White Paper Revolution by Chinese students throughout China did take place, expressing discontent with the endless lockdown and COVID testing. Oh, other than Queen Elizabeth, Parker also said many elderly famous people will die. We saw ex-Japanese Prime Minister Shinzo Abe assassinated in July. Mikhail Gorbachev, ex-Soviet Union leader, he died in August. Then Jiang Zemin, ex-Chinese leader who started the persecution of Falun Gong, he died in November.
Many people also died in 2022.
But his prediction of protests in China was accurate. In September 2022, more than 74 cities throughout China, involving more than 310 million people, were in lockdown mode. Everything seemed under control. No one could foresee a white paper revolution 2 months later. Parker did.
Okay.
The scale of the white paper revolution was quite big. Students from more than 91 institutions of higher learning throughout China participated in this protest, demanding freedom from censorship and an end to the perpetual COVID lockdown. Actually, Parker also predicted that there will be another major protest in Hong Kong. Thereafter, more and more protests will arise and they will ultimately lead to the downfall of the Chinese Communist Party.
This one likely to tell you know. Can't imagine what will happen to China when the Communist Party collapses.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine now, but look at the Soviet Union. So powerful back then, the only other world superpower that can antagonize the United States. But when the time comes for it to fade into history, it just fades into history. So nothing is impossible. If it is time for the Chinese Communist Party to go, just hope that it will be a peaceful one. Parker says it will be very soon. Parker also predicted that Donald Trump will make a comeback in the next US election. Cryptocurrencies will crash, investment in gold and commodities.
All these predictions nothing to do with us here, leh. Got predictions about here or not?
Yes, there are predictions about us here. This lady Judy Heavenly from Los Angeles also made lots of predictions, but this one is interesting. She says that in 2023, Indonesia will no longer export gas to Singapore. Also, Singapore will manufacture its own sports car and reopen the art museum.
What? Really? Our nighttime F1 race is so successful. If can manufacture our own sports car, very good. I will be very proud. But arts museum, isn't it open already? Don't know leh, never been there for so long already.
Judy also said that China might conceal a new variant of COVID-19 that would affect the world economy. Travel restrictions will be lifted to make it easier for its citizens in that country. China's economy will still struggle. In Taiwan, Lai Ching-te, the current vice president, will win the Democratic Progressive Party's nomination for president. His message will be more pro-independence.
Can I ask you one? All these people make all these predictions. Got 背出完 or not?
Yes, there are definitely predictions that did not come true. So, always take these predictions with a pinch of salt?
Must add salt and pepper. Can add sambal chili or not?
Okay, everyone, so much for now. See you next time.
I haven't finished leh.